Welcome to a very, very special episode of Mad in the Kitchen. It's actually Mad in the Garden. What we're making today is called the tBUG Garden Sauté / salad. We have harvested a lot of things. Everything that we are using today, except the olive oil, salt, pepper, and a balsamic glaze, is from this garden. And I've been pondering this for weeks of what I was gonna make. And then I decided, why don't I make everything? And so we have everything, and part of it is going to be cooked, some of it is going to be raw, and then in the end we're gonna combine them together into something that just has a mix of flavors, but really reflect the bounty that MAYBIN has envisioned and then created here at tBUG. So let's get going. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm here with the most magical and wonderful man that I know other than my husband, Sam. This is MAYBIN CHISEBUKA, and he is a man with a vision. And we are inside of his vision. We are at tBUG, which is the Bellevue Urban Garden. And this is 7 acres that have come out of this gentleman's scary brain and come to life. And we're in a beautiful, magical garden of plants and flowers, and the sort of main thrust of this garden is that almost everything is edible. This is a garden that is beautiful, but it really is a garden with a purpose. And I want you to tell me more about that, but first I'm gonna make you work.
All right.
Are you okay with that, MAYBIN?
Okay.
All right, well, thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm putting you on the raw department. I'm gonna be on the cooked, the saute part, but I want you doing the raw. So tell me what we have in here.
Okay, what we have here is the popular mountain spinach, grown here, and most people, when they ask me, said, "What's that?" Mountain spinach.
And what is it?
It's it tastes almost like lettuce or
Spinach?
spinach. Yeah, you have to taste it, you know.
But it's more nutritious than regular spinach, right?
More nutritious than kale.
More nutritious
Sorry,
than
kale.
kale. Sorry, kale. So we're gonna do mountain spinach. What else do we have in here?
So we have arugula right here, grown at tBUG, Bellevue Urban Farm. And then we have kale. Sorry, kale, I said bad things about you.
So what I want you to do is make something really pretty in the salad portion, and I'm gonna turn on the flame. I bought this just for this. It's a little burner. Isn't it cute? So I'm just gonna let that heat up a little bit, and into it I'm gonna put just enough extra virgin olive oil. I like the unfiltered to cover the bottom. I'm not a big measurer, but if you had to measure, I would say that's maybe 1/4 cup, but why do you have to be so anal? So now into that, I'm gonna add a little bit of rosemary just to flavor the oil. Now, once again with the rosemary, I just tear it off the stem, the stalk, and the sprig. Is it a sprig? And I kind of just throw it in. This is not a very fussy concoction because we're just sort of making it with everything that we've just found, but I'm gonna let that kind of flavor the oil. And now this is garlic, but it's tBUG garlic. It just came right out of the ground a couple of hours ago, if even that much. But I've chopped it just because I didn't think you wanted to watch me do that, but you could if you wanted to. And I didn't go like crazy chop. I just did like a rough slice. And now that is going to be joined by its friend and cousin, the onion. How you doing over there?
I'm doing great.
All right, good. Thank you, MAYBIN. All right, so we're gonna get that in there. That's a little bit of onion. Here comes some fennel, just to have a dialogue with the other flavors. I really love the garlic and onion and rosemary with the fennel. And now I'm gonna throw in a little bit of zucchini. As I said, all of this came out of the ground within the past hour. This is like farm to table on crack. This is like we just brought the table into the farm And we're not even like worrying about the two part. We're just in it. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, you know, a reasonable amount. And I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. I really like this company called Burlap and Barrel. They do really beautiful single source, socially conscious spices, and this is their purple peppercorns. And it's the type of thing where you have it and you realize that you've never had pepper before. I have their link on my YouTube channel under every video. So we're gonna put some pepper. And now this is just going to cook. Okay, so now my garlic, my onions, my rosemary, my fennel, my zucchini are just gonna take a minute to cook. Don't rush them. And while they are sauteing and becoming beautifully, hopefully, brown and savory, I want to talk to you a little bit. Can you talk and make a salad at the same time?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I don't want to push you to your limits.
Well, I can multitask.
Okay, that's good. That's a very good skill that lots of people of your gender don't possess. But anyway, I want you to tell me the story, because tBUG is really, it's a place of vision and mission, and it's all your vision and your mission. Can you tell me the story that you told me the first day about Zambia and what happened?
Yeah, my food story, or my passion for food, growing food that is, began way back in my home country, Zambia. For a number of years, our country was just having economic issues, you know. It was so hard because the economy had collapsed, and so we were really starving. And I remember one day when I went to get some food, it's not that they wanted to kill me, but everyone wanted a piece of the food. So unfortunately, I fell down, and there was a kind of a stampede. And so technically, I said to myself, I almost got killed looking for food. And that made me mad, not mad in the kitchen, but you know, mad, because I truly wanted, you know, something to be done about food, growing food that is, because there's no need for people to go hungry.
This is sauteing nicely. I would say it might need another 4 to 5 minutes. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a couple of, these are beautiful edible flowers. That's borage, nasturtiums, calendula. Very good medicinal qualities in the calendula. You often see it in body lotion and cream. It's very calming to your skin. But what it does in a salad is just make it really pretty. So these are gonna go on at the end as decoration, but I'm just gonna prep them a tiny bit right now. They actually taste delicious, which is shocking, but they're so pretty that you don't know if you want to eat it or photograph it. I'm gonna take a little bit of basil and a little bit of parsley, because why not? I'm gonna do a little bit of a tip thing here. Many people misuse herbs. So this is basil and parsley. Now you notice that I put the rosemary in before I cooked it. I would do the same thing with sage or thyme. Parsley really does not get cooked. It goes on at the end as a garnish. And same thing with basil, although basil can take the last 5 minutes. And sort of the oil of the basil will come out through the final cooking. So I may throw a little bit of basil in there, but really you don't put them in at the beginning, because then you can never pretend you're Italian. You'll give yourself away. I'm just gonna take this bit of basil and throw it into the stir fry after I said it doesn't cook. But this is the last several minutes, so it will impart a little bit of flavor. Oops, I lost a zucchini. Get back in there, it's not time to get out yet. So this is looking really good, and it's just gonna take a tiny little bit more. So now I'm gonna toss in a little bit of the mountain spinach, and I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm really into tools, it's pathetic. I love my kitchen tools so much that I give them silly names, but scissors are so great and underrated, because right now what I'm doing is I'm taking some of the kale and some of the Swiss chard, and I'm just chopping it, but with the scissors, so it's like you don't even have to scrape it off a cutting board. It's just like a, ow! That thing spit at me! Jesus, that Swiss chard did not want to go in there, MAYBIN. Okay, that was so funny. I didn't know what happened. I'm okay. No, don't get the paramedics. So this is just the greens I put in at the end because I really just want them wilted. So we're gonna have a dialogue between the fresh, the cooked, the wilted, and they're all going to combine together. I think we're ready to do that. Oh my God, look at that.
It's good.
Can you guys smell it? It's like really, really savory. I think we're ready to combine.
I'm ready.
Yeah, what are you doing? Slacking off there, Chisebuka?
I'm ready.
Now what we're gonna do is very, very lightly, I'm gonna dress the salad just very simply. I'm just gonna go around like that. I did a spiral like a snail. And then I'm gonna do a little salt, just sea salt. I like sea salt. And then what are these? Purple peppercorns from Burlap and Barrel. So I'm going heavy on the pepper. Now this is a balsamic glaze or reduction. Basically the rule of thumb when you're making a salad is oil to acid 3-to-1. Most people do 50-50 and then you get a very vinegary salad, which I never enjoy. So now I'm gonna turn this off and look at that. My little plan worked. And I'm just gonna sort of go I like things like the way you plant. I like things to go around in circles. I don't know why, it just seems to be the Fibonacci sequence of salad. Things just seem to start in the beginning and fan out from a center point. But I don't really remember what the ratio is of the Fibonacci sequence, but I know it's really good if you're investing money. So there's that, and now we're gonna finish this off with a little parsley. And maybe, why don't you help me arrange some flowers? We're just gonna take the stems off, and we're gonna put them, just as I said, around, 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 around. So pretty, splash of color. Let's do the little blue guys. Yeah, the little borage in the middle. There, we have it. This is the tBUG Sauté salad. And we picked it and cooked it like within 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would hug you, but we can't. We're not allowed to. Air hug, air hug. Wow, does this look delicious. You guys want to try some? Yeah!
Awesome.
See you next time on Matt in the Kitchen. Please like my videos on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.